The age-old wisdom everyone recites is that we have to follow our passion to be happy in life. A life without passion, we're told, isn't going to be a very fulfilling one. This might be true, but the science behind passion is a bit more complicated than that. And a general lack of understanding about how passion really works can result in destructive behavior and leave us burned out or even depressed. Passion has linguistic roots in suffering, and its biological mechanism ties in with addiction. Just like the word passion, the biological mechanisms of passion itself have both positive and negative connotations. That's because passion is regulated by dopamine, a powerful neurochemical that motivates us to do things. Once released by the brain, dopamine pushes us toward our goals and makes us crave rewards. Dopamine drives passionate people in their pursuits, but also motivates drug addicts to satisfy their cravings. Only the finest of lines exists between the personalities of extremely passionate people and those of drug addicts. That's because while dopamine motivates us to pursue rewards, the chemical dissipates once we receive them. This, of course, leaves us yearning for more. And as with addictive drugs, the more dopamine we experience, the higher our tolerance for it becomes. We begin to set our goals higher and place ever-increasing importance on chasing our passions. And we're never satisfied with the reward. It's the process of reaching the reward that releases that sweet dopamine. Pursuing perfection will likely stop you attaining your passion. Try an incremental approach instead. Look at passion in the context of romance. We often think we're destined to fall in love with our soulmate and that we'll only be able to truly love that one person. But searching for the one can lead to an impossible quest for finding the perfect fit, an all-or-nothing approach that passion researchers call the fit mindset. Studies show that 78% of us think this way, and not just when it comes to romance. We think we need to feel passion immediately after starting a new job or activity, and that this is the only way that new pursuits can result in long-term happiness. But whether in romance or work, the fit mindset has its pitfalls. For starters, people with this mindset are prone to giving up new pursuits when they hit the first obstacle. Then they search for something new to try, seeking the fleeting pleasure of the initial dopamine rush that comes with starting fresh. What they don't realize is that with each restart, they're sacrificing possibilities for long-term growth. But if the fit mindset isn't the best way to kindle your passion, what's the alternative? Well, instead of going all in from the get-go, consider a more incremental approach. Identify potential hobbies or lines of work that you find interesting and slowly begin to explore whether or not you can see yourself engaging in them over the long term. If so, it's important to accept that you won't find perfection right away. That helps regulate your brain's production of dopamine to a more reasonable level. Then, when you make initial mistakes and your dopamine levels reduce, your mood won't feel like it's dropping off a cliff. As you get better at your chosen pursuit, incrementally increase the energy and time you put into it. The more competent you get at your passion, the more risks you can begin to take. Eventually, you can contemplate the biggest risk of all, quitting your day job and going all in on your passion. Cultivating your passion with an incremental approach rather than a fit mindset is much more likely to be a successful approach. You'll be committing real time and energy to it rather than giving up at the first sign of difficulty. The best kinds of passions are self-sustaining and not validated by external rewards or fear. The sad truth is that our fast-paced, results-driven modern society can often cause our passions to become obsessive or driven by fear. This is because we often favor quick fixes over long-term skill development, and instant social media likes have become the new currency of recognition for our efforts. All in all, it can be hard to slow down and enjoy our passions purely for their own sake. This is where the pursuit of harmonious passions comes in. We engage in harmonious passions only for the joy they bring us, not for the potential rewards or recognition that their obsessive or fear-fueled cousins require. And it turns out that when we do this, we're actually more likely to attain those external rewards and reach our goals. But here's the crux. This only works when the pursuit of our passion is an end in itself. Those who focus on future successes instead of enjoying their passion are less likely to achieve their goals and reap the rewards. This, in a nutshell, is the passion paradox. Luckily, it's possible to cultivate a harmonious passion by adopting a mastery mindset that focuses on continuously and sustainably developing your passions. There are a few basic principles to it. For one, focusing on the process rather than the results. That means that rather than obsessing over your goal and despairing at how far you are from attaining it, you focus on and take pride in all your small achievements along the way. This helps you stay motivated as you continue steadily on toward mastery. Another part of the mastery mindset is harnessing the timeless virtue of patience. The road to mastery will involve peaks and troughs, and when you're suffering through a low point, it's important to step back and embrace patience. Take a deep breath and slowly meditate on the reason you set out on the journey in the first place. And finally, adopt the 24-hour rule to avoid becoming overly concerned with success or failure. This means spending 24 hours ruminating on the successes or failures that come your way, then getting back on the road to mastery. This gives you valuable perspective. After all, you're guaranteed to encounter failure and external motivators like money on the road to mastery of your passion. But these shouldn't stop you. They're just bumps in the road. Harmonious passions are lifelong journeys, and your focus should be not on being the best, but on continuing to improve.